Hello and welcome back to News from the Hills. I'm Scott Davies.
And I'm Deborah Davies, and I'd like to take this moment to thank all of those of you that have prayed and sent messages and cards to me while I was in the hospital. I am still recovering, but every day is a little bit better, and keep those prayers coming because I can sure use them, and I appreciate that.
And hopefully we'll hope to see her on Sunday mornings again real soon.
Real soon, I hope.
And so we'll get moving with our podcast here. So I just would like to do some housekeeping and let everybody know that if you like the podcast, you like the channel for Shady Hills Mission Chapel, go ahead and subscribe. That helps other people find us. Also, you can hit the like button. Again, that's with the YouTube algorithms. It helps other people find us. And make sure you hit the little bell icon. That will alert you when we have new content, like the podcast every month, and other stuff hopefully coming soon to the channel. Mm-hmm. So, with all that said, let's dig right into the...
let's get going.
Let's get into the calendar. So, first of all, on Monday, and I've got it all set this month. I actually have it in order, so we're not going from last to first.
Well, that will be less confusing.
Yeah. So to start with Monday, the first thing we have is a leadership roundtable, and that is on the third Monday of the month. This month, that is on September 15th, and that is for the leaders of the church to get together and make decisions and talk about what needs to be done in the church. The veterans group is the next thing. That's the third Monday at 6:30 p.m. That's September 15th this month. So the next thing is the Veterans Group, which is a peer-to-peer group to where you can just talk about whatever you need to talk about, have some fellowship, probably grab a cup of coffee. And that is also at 6:30, and that is the last Monday of the month. And for September, that is going to be September 29th. Mm-hmm. So that's the Veterans Group. So now we move on to Tuesday.
Well, Tuesday we have praise band practice every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Now, if you are interested in the praise band, you must speak with Aaron Cremera, our praise band director and music director of the church, and he'll kind of let you know what's going on in that. Okay,
now that's it for Tuesday. Tuesday is a pretty slow day. I'm sure the church staff probably wouldn't say that because a lot of them are busy doing stuff, but it is, for as far as groups go, it's a pretty slow day. Now we move on to Wednesday, which is one of the really busy days.
Oh, yes.
But before we get into Wednesday, because one of the first things we're going to start with on Wednesday is the food pantry, and so the first thing we want to do is bring up an interview we did with Laura Hootman and Carolyn Perry, who are the coordinators of the food pantry, and I sat down with them a couple days ago, and I'll show you that now. Okay, so we're here today with Laura Hootman and Carolyn Perry, co-coordinators of the church food pantry, and I want to thank you both for being with us today and answering some of my questions, and hopefully we'll have a good time here. As usual, we'll dig right in. We're going to get right started. And I'm going to ask you, the first question I want to ask is, tell us what the food pantry is. That's the first thing.
Okay. It's a place to get food. So the food pantry started many years ago. I think Laura said it was like 2008. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we started small. We didn't have contact with the Feeding Tampa Bay like we do now. Mm-hmm. And it's through them that we've grown. So people come in to the food pantry on Wednesdays from 9 to 12. And we sign them up and yearly. We have to sign up yearly, but they sign up every time they come in. And they're allowed to come in once a month. So, and we give them about 30 or 40 pounds of food when they come. Anywhere from meat to groceries to vegetables when we have it, because it's what we're able to provide.
Right. So, and it's different from most church food pantries where you only get non-perishables like canned goods and dry goods, that we're able to do more than that.
Yes.
Yes. It's also for Pasco County residents only. We want to be able to give to Hernando County because we're so close, but the rules and regulations from Feeding Tampa Bay, we're really not allowed to do that.
And,
Yes.
and Hernando has their own
Yes,
large
everybody
food
has
pantry.
food pantries. Yes, every
Yeah.
county has its own.
Hernando
food
has a
pantries.
hub with Citrus County involved.
You have to delineate, so you got to
Yeah.
put a line somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's great. So it started back. Well, I know we've kind of always had a food pantry. Like I said, most churches have some small food pantry, but it was in 2008. You say that's when we started our agreements.
We believe so. Yeah, Pascal Marie were running it back then, and they ran it for, gosh,
The
10
other
years.
church they had, too. Yes.
They got us into doing this back around in 2020. So from 2008 to then, Pascal Marie was running it, and they are the ones that got the contracts with Feeding Tampa Bay, and she actually helped. I was working with kids back then. She actually helped several different times in that time period, so
Yes.
she knows more of what they were doing. But we used to have 3 ladies that are no longer with us. They're over 100, and they used to help sign people up, just similar to what we're doing now. And it changed drastically during COVID as far as how we had to handle it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we have agreements with, as you said, Feeding Tampa Bay, and we have agreement also with the
Volunteer Way. Yeah.
Yes.
and we also work with Metropolitan Ministries. correct?
Yes, they were a big help. They came in, and I'm not quite sure, but it wasn't as long as that. But they came in several years ago somehow, and we don't have necessarily a contract with them, but we have a working relationship with them. And they've been a big help, being able to supply shoes for kids when we're doing backpacks, turkeys or ham when we're giving out food for Easter or Christmas
Right.
or Thanksgiving. They're a very big help with our bigger projects that we do over and above the food pantry.
So we have, basically talking about our food pantry, we're blessed to have something much larger for the community than what most churches have, simply because we have the agreements in place, and,
Yes.
and we have the volunteers like yourselves who are willing to actually put the time in.
Yes.
We have some great volunteers. Great
Very
volunteers.
blessed. Yes.
And they're all old. I shouldn't say that.
Our
We
average
have some
age
that are
is
under 50,
65.
but yeah, mostly they run, and we have them up in their 80s that
Yes.
still come.
Yes.
Yeah, and
That's
they come because they're getting filled. They enjoy it. We have a good food
Right.
pantry
Yes.
group. Yeah,
And of course, anybody can come volunteer.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. We can always find a place for people in the food pantry. Now, they don't just have to be lifting things. They can be handing out the vegetables. They can be marking things different. Because we're only open to the public on Wednesdays and the first Friday of every month.
Right.
But we're only open to the public for people to hand out food. But we are open every day. We get food. There's maybe one day a week, and even the first Monday or second Monday, the second week, we are open 5 days a week, picking up food from Publix, from Walmart to Publix
hub.
to
We have
the
a hub
Volunteer
church.
Way.
Right.
We
It's
have a
just-
hub
yeah.
church that we go and pick up. It's Super
Even the
Tuesdays,
weekends.
the second Tuesday of the month, where we go and we get major bulk, like fresh produce
Right.
or whatever they offer, and they have a big, huge truck that comes from
Yeah.
Feeding Tampa Bay that delivers. So that's only once a month that we get that.
Okay.
We get bread from Publix on Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. So, like I said, 7 days a week we are picking up something.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to do is assume that I'm somebody who just heard about the food pantry, and I'm having some trouble, so I need to go pick up. Walk me through the process, start to finish. What I would do,
Okay.
what I would need to do to
You
do
come
that.
in and you're given a number, okay, and you go sit down, and what you have to do, you have to give us the zip code that you live in. We ask to see an ID just to verify your zip code. You give us your name. We have a paperwork that you fill out, that you sign off on, and then you take your number and you give it up. When you first walk in the door, there's a table that has bread and sweets on it. You're given a grocery cart, and it's pre-filled with a meat, canned goods. If we have rice in bags, we give that away. If we have eggs or milk, we'll give that in your bag. And then you take your little grocery cart and you get to pick out what kind of bread you want. And then a table on the other side of the wall or on the next wall is like canned goods or extra sweets or breads or whatever we get, because we get donations every day. We go and pick up every day. And then from the bread table is your produce table, and there are ladies there and gentlemen that they give you a bag and you get to pick out what produce you want. And then once you do like the vegetable part, then you go down to the other end of the table and there's like fruits. There's oranges or strawberries or blueberries. But we also have like, we're given stuff because we do pick up from Walmart. And it's not just food. It's like sometimes it's underwear, sometimes it's a scale, it's anything you need, like
miscellaneous
household
stuff, the household items that come through.
And
That's
then,
our Barbara Sox's table.
Yes, and then some people walk out, their carts are overflowing. We're very blessed, and we're blessed because we're doing God's work, and we're willing. Our average age is, I would say, 70, or 65 to 70. But everybody is willing to go and pick up. We're there every day. You know, the food pantry is once a week, but we're always doing something at the food pantry.
So just a couple of things. If they don't have an ID when they come, and they can just come. They come to the times we're open. They can come and they sit down at the table, like she said, to sign in. And even if they've already signed the certificate that they start with, when they come in once a month, we have a sign-in sheet that we sign them in, so that we can keep a log of all the people, the amount of families, it's how many's in their household we pick out. And ID is not mandatory. It is not necessary. Sometimes we use the IDs, mainly I do, when I can't understand their name and I need to learn the spelling right on it. That's about the thing, but that's not a mandatory thing. And I'd say we give out 30 to 40 pounds of food.
Yes.
And that's food. And then they get the other products that we have received that they get to choose from. And it's always different. We don't know what we're getting when we pick up from them.
We also, like if they need
bent
toiletries,
cans, we give them bent cans.
If they need toiletries,
yes,
we're blessed in that area because we have all kinds of ministries that give to us. We help them out. You know, like if you need soaps or shampoos or feminine products or whatever.
Even toilet paper or paper towels.
Paper towels. We're very blessed there. So we're willing to give to whomever, to whatever. We even have people that come in and go, "Can we just hang out with you guys?" And we're like, "Of course you can. Why would we not do that?"
Right.
You know, but we also have vendors that come in. There's insurance people.
Oh, yes. Right. Well, they're healthcare. They're healthcare people that come through.
But they offer bags, and they have like information on if you need insurances or if you need help with anything, you know.
Metropolitan Ministry has been coming, and they'll help people with both Social Security, food stamps, some of the miscellaneous, because we do sign people. I can sign people up for food stamps. I'm not that good at it, but I can't get into the areas sometimes Metropolitan Ministries can.
So
the other thing we
do a lot more than just food.
Yeah, and once a month we have the mobile medical unit comes in.
Right.
Yes,
right.
And you can go in there and see them, and they'll in anything.
And I highly recommend that. If you don't have insurance, they will help you. They do school physicals there for kids.
Yes.
So it's been very, very helpful.
So especially for parents that you know, if their kid's going to do any sports or anything, they have to get the physicals. Yeah. No, I remember that with my own kids.
Yes.
So the how often can you come in and get food?
Once a month, and you can come in, and if you happen to come in other than once a month, we give them an emergency food box. But our setup is once a month. So it can be any time of the month. You might come the first of the month, 1 month, in the middle of the month, the second month. But if you come in August, you can't come in again until September.
Okay.
So, yeah. And we did touch on the first Friday is very important, I think, because about 2 years ago, we started the evening one for First Friday, and we do that from 4 to 7. We started it because we wanted to get the working people that are also poor to come in. And we had been the church has been giving a celebration kitchen before that. So when we were
starts at
trying to
3.
pick the day, we decided to do it the first Friday of every month when people can also come in and get fed
Right.
at our celebration, because it's open to the community at our church. And then the thrift store opens up from 3 to 6. They're open from 3 to 7 to eat, and they give great food out. They give really
The celebration
tasty
kitchen is a
dinners.
cooked meal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well,
That's
when we
helped.
did July 4th with the ribs, that was great. I mean, I had ribs there.
Yes.
That was fantastic. So I would just want to recap, just so everybody understands. Normally the food pantry, Wednesday, 9 to 12.
9 to 12.
9 to 12 on Wednesday. That's every Wednesday of the month.
except the first Wednesday before the first Friday.
The
The
last
Wednesday before the first Friday of the month. I don't care if it falls on the first or the last day of the last month. We can't open 2 days a week. That's where it comes from.
So the
There's
food
no way to
pantry is
open-
only open once a week.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah, for the
Okay.
public, it's open once a week.
So
yes.
that is important to know. Then so it's
That's a good way to put
for-
it when I'm talking to people.
yeah. So so Wednesday from 9 to 12 normally, except for the week
That's
that
first
you're open
Friday.
on Friday.
Yes.
And that is the first Friday of the month. And you'll have the food pantry from 4 to 7.
That's
Yes.
correct.
You'll have Celebration Kitchen, which you can come get a free meal. That is from 3 to
7.
3 to 7, sorry.
Yes.
And then also you can check out the thrift store, which has a bunch of really great stuff at really cheap prices.
Yes.
And that is open 3 to 6.
Yes.
That's all only on
The
the first Friday of the month.
Yes.
Every other week of the month, the food pantry is going to be open from 9 to 12 on Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we got that. Now, one of the other things when we were talking about earlier, you had a story that you were telling me about a family, and I'd love to have you relate that.
So I'd been in the food pantry probably about 6 months, and this lady came through. She was an elderly lady, and I helped her with her basket, and we were talking, and I walked her outside because her basket was pretty full. And as we're walking outside, she's telling me that her only daughter, was just diagnosed with cancer, and she started to get upset. And I said, well, let's pray for you. Let's pray for her. Do you mind if I pray for you? And she said no. So I prayed with her, and a couple of months later she walked back in and she said, I want to talk to you. And I said, yes ma'am, how are you? And she said, I want you to know that your prayer, you must have a good relationship with God, because your prayer, my daughter's in remission. And I told her, I said, ma'am, that's not me. That's all him.
Yes.
So we're blessed because we
Yes.
will pray for you. Even if you don't want prayer, we will pray for you. When someone wants prayer, all we have to do is holler out prayer, and everybody stops
Yes.
what they're doing,
Yeah.
the workers, and they come and we circle around you. We can anoint you because there are many of us that have anointing oil.
Yep.
It's all about him. It's not about us. And this
Right.
food pantry is where it's at because of him, because of God, because
Right.
of Jesus, because of the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
And we're very blessed there because of that. So now she's the one that she makes the crochet, the cup holders and soup bowl
yes,
things.
okay.
She's a seamstress, and she brings stuff into us all the time for us to give out for people.
Yeah.
Her daughter has passed away, but she got a couple of years with her. And that's all God. That's not me. I'm
Right.
just his. I'll pray for whoever wants prayer.
Right.
I'll pray for
Right,
a dog
yeah.
if he wants prayer. You know what I'm saying?
And that's all because we're
Yes.
Christian based. It's
Yes.
affiliated with Shady Hills Mission Chapel, and I know that if people come in and they want counseling or whatever,
Yes.
the
Right.
pastor certainly
Yes.
We're here
open
to talk
doing
to
that.
people.
And,
That's
and
right.
I want people to
Absolutely.
understand too, you don't have to believe in God to get food from us.
That's right. Yeah.
I had someone go, well, and I said, we have people come in, they've got satanic tattoos all over them. We put tracts in the bag and we still talk God. So, nobody is really denied food.
Nobody's
And it's-
denied at all.
yeah,
that's right.
So that's what we're feeding people
Yes.
Yes.
For him.
spiritually and physically.
Yes. Yes.
And a lot of the volunteers that are volunteering are there because they like the group relationship is really good.
Right.
Yes.
They know that we pray for them
Yes.
and we pray with them, and they're supported.
Yes.
So, but our volunteers are great. You can't get enough volunteers as far as I'm concerned.
Like
we
we
got
have-
one volunteer,
we have
though.
one
She
lady-
feeds us every Wednesday.
Well, yes, there's
she
that.
comes in and brings in
everybody
her
brings
pot,
in
and we get to
food.
feed every
But
Wednesday.
we have one lady
Yeah.
that she's in her late 80s, and she's had some health issues, and yet she wants to come to the food pantry.
People keep going because
Yes.
they're able to get out of their house environment.
Right. Yeah.
And we're,
And
we're
they feel, and they are welcome,
And they're welcome, and
they
we
feel
love.
like they're doing something
Right.
with their
Yes.
lives. Yeah,
Right. And
Great.
it is an important thing. It's
a great feeling,
Somebody, without the volunteers to do it,
yes.
you wouldn't be able to do everything.
And
that
we're
you
very
do.
blessed
Yeah.
with our volunteers
Yeah.
because basically we all get along.
yeah.
We
Okay.
really,
Yeah.
really do.
So, I have one more question that I ask all of my interviewees, and it's actually not related to the food pantry, but since I both know you both go to the church and everything, so because this is their podcast, my last question is: if I was somebody looking for a church, what would you tell me to make me want to come to Shady Hills Mission Chapel?
That we're crazy for Jesus. Come on, no.
Yeah, if you want to find a church that loves the Lord and really teaches Bible, this is the church to come to. Yeah.
Also,
we teach Christ, we teach it
Yes.
through Bible. We are also there for each other.
Yes.
We are a church family that is close knit. And yes, do we argue sometimes?
Of course.
Of course.
We're family.
Do we sometimes have issues with each other? Yes.
Yes.
But we are a family to where we converse, we talk with each other and can converse with each other as well as get built up
Right.
in the Lord and His love. And I'm a fruit of the Spirit person, so you know the fruits of the Spirit when you're around me.
Also, if all you have are cut off jeans and an old
Yes.
ragged t-shirt and flip flops,
Doesn't matter how you dress.
please come down
Yeah.
because I'm not going to judge you. You're in God's house.
Yeah. You are all
Nobody's
welcome
turned
here.
away.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We also give food out in the mornings. We have a little setup for food just so people know that you're allowed to be
And I
hungry.
know that I've seen homeless people in
Yes.
Yes.
services before, so
Yes.
we definitely
Yeah.
whoever wants to come in. Once again, I just want to say thank you for coming in. This is
Thank you for having us.
Carolyn
Yes.
Perry and Laura Hootman, and they are co-coordinators of the food pantry at Shady Hills Mission Chapel.
And we'd love to have
And-
you come down.
Yes.
We will hopefully see you Sunday, if not sooner.
Yes.
Thank you
Right.
so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a blessed day.
So that was a great interview, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Those are definitely two fun ladies.
Yes, yes. So, by all means, if you want to volunteer, head down to the food pantry, talk to Carolyn or Laura, and if you just are in need of some food, let us know and come on down when we're open. We'll get you set up. So, talking about getting some food when we're open, the food pantry normally is open on Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. But as you saw in the interview, that's not on the Wednesday before the first Friday, which is a little confusing. But this month, it means that it will not be open on September 3rd. It will be open on the 5th, which is the Friday. So just bear that in mind when you're making plans or whatever.
So basically, it's just one day a week.
One day, one time a week.
Usually Wednesdays, but
Usually
every now-
but the first Friday, it's the first Friday. So that's Wednesday, and we're moving on further. On Wednesday is the thrift store, which is open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can get in there and look around. They've got some great deals on some great stuff, and just pick yourself up something good.
Continuing on with Wednesday, we have a community meal in small groups on Wednesday evenings from 6:15 p.m. till 8 p.m. You can come in, get a small meal, and then we have a lot of different groups, adult groups as well as teenager groups. And youth group is also at 6:30 p.m. till 8 p.m. So there's something for all ages. You just come on out and enjoy.
Yeah, the small groups are usually they're mostly Bible studies.
Mostly Bible studies,
but
yes.
the youth group does get together, and that's for middle and high school, and they do a lot of stuff. So
There's
yeah,
a lot of discussion going on, so some good stuff.
yeah, you can come down for that if you're in that age range.
Yeah.
So moving on to Thursday. Again, the thrift store is open on Thursday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then starting September 11th, this is something really new. We're going to have Christ Coffee and Conversation. This is going to be from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Starting September 11th, it's going to be just some fellowship, a little bit of music and a message, and it's just going to be kind of a laid-back atmosphere. And so if you want to just get more fulfilled during the week, or you can't make it to Sunday church, or whatever the reason is, you can come down on Thursday and join us for Thursday Christ Coffee and Conversation. Again, that's starting September 11th, and it's going to run from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay. So, Friday. Again, we have some stuff going on. On Friday, the thrift store is open. Now remember that we've got that little thing going on with the Celebration Kitchen. So, normally Fridays are 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., except for the first Friday of the month, which this time will be September 5th, and then it is going to be open from 3 to 6 p.m. So you can go into the thrift store, get a look at what you've got there, and then roll right over into Celebration Kitchen from 3 to 7 p.m., which is also on the first Friday of every month. And if you need food, go to the food pantry. We've got it all covered right there in one stop.
And we should mention Celebration Kitchen is a community meal. It's for everyone.
Yep.
Anybody who wants to get a meal at the church can stop by on the first Friday of the month and get a meal and have some fellowship. So that's the community the Celebration Kitchen. Yes, that's from 3 to 7, and the food pantry again is 4 to 7, both just on the first Friday of the month, and that's September 5th.
Right.
Now we go into Saturday. Saturday we've got the thrift store open once again from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
We also have a women's group that meets every third Saturday, which this month will be September 23rd from 9 to 10 a.m. It's a great time for women to get together and discuss the issues and whatever is going on with them. Plus, we have some really special things coming up with the women's group. So you want to come out and find out about those.
And then also, again, because we're going in order this time, we managed to get it first to last. We have a work day the last Saturday of every month that starts at 8 a.m. That's just to come out and do some things around the church, do some lawn work or some painting or some minor repairs that need to be done. Whatever needs to be done around the church, we try and get it done. That's the last Saturday of the month. This month, that's going to be September 30th. So keep that in mind. Now, moving on to Sunday, we've got some big changes coming on Sunday. Right now, we have Sunday worship service at 10:30, and we've got some Sunday school going on before that at 9:15. But as of September 14th, we are going to be starting a traditional Sunday service at 8:30 a.m. That's for those of you who want the old hymns, you want the liturgy, you want the whole, the traditional, what a lot of people grew up with in church, and that's what you're interested in. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. on Sunday. That's going to start on the 14th. Then we're going to have Sunday school. We've got some Sunday school classes going. Mm-hmm. Again, that's going to be now 9:30 to 10:30, so that's going to be in between two services.
And those Sunday school classes are both adults as well as kids.
Yes, we do have some child Sunday school classes. And so then the 10:30 service is going to stay the 10:30 service. It's going to be a little bit more contemporary. It's pretty contemporary now, but it's going to be a little bit more contemporary. That's going to be 10:30. And just so that everybody is aware, the nursery and children's church is only going to be available at the 10:30 service at this point. So if you've got little ones you need to put in the nursery, or if you've got elementary age that you want to go to children's church, that's only going to be offered at the 10:30 service. So make sure that you bear that in mind. So moving on, we're done with our calendar. Believe it or not, that was kind of quick actually.
Yeah, it was.
So moving on to just some of our programs. Again, we have the ALOT program, which is Alternative Living Outreach Team, and that provides some sandwiches and showers for the homeless, misplaced individuals. We offer some guidance and some counseling with the end goal of trying to place them into some sort of permanent living. So that's still going on. Raul does a really good job with that, and so that's we wanted to make sure we remember that.
We also have our GED tutoring program. It's an excellent program. A couple of requirements. First off, you must be 17 years old or older, and you cannot be currently enrolled in any school. Okay, you attend classes regularly during the daytime. It does start September 3rd. So if you have not yet registered, you really need to contact the church to get a hold of Pasco and Marie and get yourself on that list, because they do an excellent job, and they're going to take you where you are, and they're going to get you through.
Right, and at some point it's going to be too late because they have to order books.
Unfortunately, they have to order books and stuff. Yes,
I'm not sure when it may have already passed, but that's starting September 3rd. So. The other thing we want to let you know about is the health care that it's not necessarily something the church offers. We just kind of have a relationship with Hamilton Health and Wellness. They provide some health care for those that don't have insurance. It's mainly a cash thing. They offer some discounts and whatnot, and so that's what's going on with them. And if you need any information on that, contact the church and they'll let you know how to get a hold of them and what you need to do. So now we're getting into the fun part, the news and rumors. News and rumors.
Want to do news first or rumors first?
We'll do news first. We don't have a whole lot going on. September seems to be a little bit of a slow month. We'll pick up here in October,
absolutely.
November. So the big news, obviously, is the changes in the worship service that we've already covered. But just to reiterate, Thursday starts September 11th at 6 p.m. The new Sunday services start September 14th. 8:30 a.m. for the traditional service, 9:30 a.m. for Sunday school, and 10:30 a.m. for the contemporary service. Now, also along with that, we want to talk a little bit about our streaming.
Absolutely.
So right now we're streaming the 10:30 service. It hasn't been decided yet if we're going to stream both services. I'm sure we'll continue to stream the 10:30 service. But one of the changes that has been made to the streaming is that we are now duplicating the streaming afterwards on YouTube. Right now it streams on Facebook. We're trying to get it live onto YouTube, but in the meantime we now have it on YouTube after the fact. You can either watch the entire service or you can just watch the pastor's message, and we have a playlist for both of those. Just go to the Shady Hills Mission Chapel YouTube channel and you can find those along with this podcast.
Absolutely.
So you can watch those if you want. Also, something to remember. The pumpkins are coming.
Well, is that rumor or is that news?
Well, I have to say, I would say it was news, except last year we had a couple of little storms that kind of threw a damper on that. But hopefully, providing there's no big nasties out there.
So hopefully it's a rumor that's going to be true.
We will get the pumpkins coming. And then along with that, we will have our fall festival in October, which I believe the date is going to be October 25th. You want to keep watching the podcast here and keep an eye on the church calendars and everything for that.
And that's always a fun time for the whole family.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. So just to kind of wrap up, what we want to do is we want to remind you, make sure that you tune into the podcast. Keep an eye on the church website. Mm-hmm. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. And really important on the Facebook page is when you see stuff that is interesting to you and you think is going to be interesting to other people, share it. Share it on your page, because that helps get the word out. That helps other people see it. Those Facebook postings, they go down in people's feeds because there's so much going on. So the more people that share them, the more will see them. So that's important. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out on all of those things and watch for any changes coming. Sometimes dates or times change after we make the podcast, so you definitely want to check your times and dates if it's something you're interested in. And I think that's actually it for this month.
Yeah, like you said, short month, but
There you go.
a lot of good stuff.
All right. So we will see you again. We hope you enjoyed it.
God bless.